Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by W Energy Drinks, drinks for gamers, and Eldridge Air Conditioning. So we move on now to round 8 of our Porsche Cup Championship, and we're in Japan at the Suzuka circuit, just outside of Suzuka City. It's a 3.8 mile figure of 8 circuit. Now, not many of them about now, so very few and far between the figure of 8, but this is one of them that is left in the world, and it's an active circuit. Plenty of different championships being run here, including our Porsche Cup Championship. So two races, two 13-lap races here. And before we start race 1, obviously, as you can see, the weather's, well, gloomy at best. We just about holding off the rain at the moment, although there's a few little spits and spots in the air, but at the moment it is soft compounds for all the drivers. They should be okay looking at the weather data, that this should be okay for race 1. I don't think we'll be getting anything too significant that's going to cause any issues. However, race 2 might be a different story. We are hoping that it will blow off to another direction, or may not be quite as bad as what they forecast, but well, that's for later on, isn't it? That's race 2. This is race 1. So let's go through the point situation then before we start this one. So we have in first place Dyson on 213, Motorstorm Hero on 187 in second, but he's not here again at the moment. He's still having issues with his rig, so he's missed a couple of rounds. This will be, I think, his third round that he would have missed. We're not even sure whether he's going to make the rest of the rounds. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully he will be back for the next one at Trial Mountain, but he's certainly not here, so he's obviously losing valuable points. Myself, Paul, in third place, 179, so only 8 points behind Motorstorm in second. Inky in fourth on 155, so a little gap back to him, and then the Rodders, or Love Rocket Rods, in fifth place on 149, so there's only 6 points there between fourth place and fifth place. And James Stephen in sixth place is only a point behind Love Rocket Rods and 148, so all very close there between fourth, fifth and sixth. So still everything to play for there. And there's a little gap back then to Brian Moncani in seventh, although he has been improving of late and picking up some good points in seventh place, 137. And then quite a big gap back then to Brownie. See Brownie, who's in eighth on 102. He did have a good round actually last time out. And then Niggle in ninth on 99 points. I don't think he's here again this evening. And then we've got Seamus in 10th on 97. Actually joint 10th with Slowpoke, who's in 11th on 97 as well. So it's all still very close throughout the whole championship, all the way down to 16th place, Brider Mechanic. But yep, this is race 1 then, and this is the grid going into this first race. So Dyson is on pole position, and again he's going to be looking to increase his lead over Motorstorm Hero and cement that first place in the championship with well, this is round 8, so only a couple more rounds to go after this. Got Inky in second, Seamus in third, Paul in fourth, Brian Moncani fifth, James Stephen in sixth, Rossi in seventh, Love Rocket Rods, there he is, in eighth, Slowpoke in ninth, Stealth in 10th, Hodgie 11th, Sideways George in 12th, and Brownie in 13th. So 13 cars, 13 laps. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Here we go. So it's all I say, they're on soft compound tyres as they come down this straight to this difficult turns 1 and 2. So obviously the temperature's not there in terms of the air temperature, with it being quite cloudy out there, so we'll see how these tyres react to that. So this is very difficult through here, as I say. It looks like everyone's actually got through pretty good round there, so we're taking it pretty easy. So Dyson, Inky, Seamus, Paul 4, and then Brian Moncani 5th, with James Stephen behind him in 6th place, going through the S's now, the S curves. Through the other side. So this little kink, this little right-hander there, bang, got to be careful not to hit the curb on the exit. Does everyone get through okay? Looks like it. Down to this tighter right-hander. You'll see Rossi coming through under the bridge. Love rocket rods and then up to the hairpin. It's tight. First gear corner. Watch the back end of the car here as they come. They apply the power. Love rocket rods all over the back of Rossi now. Trying to look for that 7th place. And might be better off just waiting until the back's straight, but he had a little glance. He wasn't ever going to go for that. I think he was just sort of sizing it up. So now, if he can put the power down a little bit quicker than Rossi, he might get a good drive out of there and into the slip as well, but quite close enough, I don't think, although it's quite a long back straight before you go through this fast corner, and it's easy to go off like Love Rocket Rods has done now, and there won't be the last one. And actually, there you go, Seamus may have been the first victim of that. He's staying well out off the racing line onto the grass and then back on in 13th place. Some left front damage there. Let's have a quick look what happened. I think he missed it there. He comes through. He's in 3rd at this point as well, chasing down Inky. It's just going to go too far. It's going to take him. It's going to hit the curb and he's going to lose it. Yeah. Oh, that's a big hit into the wall there, into the tyre wall. Really got a bit of front left wheel damage there, which was surprising considering the way he hit that then. Brownie takes a shortcut, and Brownie was up near the front as well, I think, so he's dropped down to 11th place. So a little bit of everything going on there near the back, but Dyson is pulling away at the front. He's getting away from Inky in 2nd place now. All under pressure from Brian Moncani, pulls up to 3rd, of course, because of Seamus's exit. Brian Moncani up to 4th with James in 5th, so these three are really battling it out here. James all over the back of Brian Moncani, Paul just ahead of them in 3rd place, but James is going to try and go with Brian if he can, but Brian's obviously putting a lot of pressure on Paul as well there in 4th place. Let's see, James just about got that stopped. There's a little bit of lag there as well. I hope it's not going to be one of these evenings where the lag is going to affect the way the racing goes, but good move from James up the inside of the hairpin. Yeah, nice move. Brian saw him coming, give him a bit of space. So up to 4th goes James, but Brian's going to fight it straight back because we know what Brian does. He's going to have a go, but not around the outside there, and that was a mistake. And actually, he's gone off and came back on and hit James, but he did acknowledge that and just slowed down. Fortunately, James actually got that going again and got it facing the right direction there, because it would have been a lot worse, but managed to just catch it. But now Love Rocket has got that opportunity on Rossi that he's been eyeing up. He's going to get it through here. Again, he's going to run it off. It's twice now in as many laps, so Love Rocket gets it done though, as we see Slowpoke also taking Rossi through the final chicane. So Rossi back to 8th, Slowpoke up to 7th, I should say. Hodgie, there he is in 9th behind his teammate now. But up ahead, I can see that Ryan and James are still fighting it out, and it's still side by side in the turns 1 and 2, and James gets it, keeps it still in 4th place. So these two are having the right little ding-dong. But that's just allowing Paul to creep away ahead of them. These two fighting. It's also obviously going to allow Love Rocket Rods behind them to get a bit closer. Really unique circuit this, as I say, figure of 8. So just go under, just round here now, just going under at this point here. That's all the track goes over, so that's your figure of 8 effectively. It's the hairpin now. No disasters yet from anybody, not the back end's coming out and around. They're sideways under pressure from Brownie in 11th and 12th. Seamus back onto it after he's off just before the chicane. Oh, he's got more damage this time on the right front, so he's had another off somewhere. So suffering a little bit here in race 1 is Seamus, down there in 13th. With our leader though, just coming to the end of lap 3, and he almost runs it a little bit wide there on the exit of the chicane, but just starting lap 4 as he goes over the line with a 1:59.9. Inky still in second, Paul in third, so these are quite spread out here up top. Right, my party's almost sliding it around there, turns 2. That's pulling away now from James Stephen. Glove Rocket rods now getting onto the back of James, and Slowpoke and Rossi are not that far behind either, and Hodges there too. Sun just about appearing through now, so actually that gloominess that we had, that's not a word is it, but the very dark clouds that we had at the start of this race appear to be lifting. The sun is coming out, so actually this race 1 might work out okay with the soft tyres and with the temperature. If the temperature can get those tyres and onto the track surface, then it's going to heat up more ways than one this race. As we see Stealth there in 10th, he's just latching himself onto the back of this train of cars, and then that gap back then to Brownie, who has made a pass on sideways in 11th and 12th place. Stealth, as I say, trying to get himself hooked onto the back of this line ahead of him. He's there. Rossi looking strong behind Slowpoke still. So now come up that back straight. Oh, Slowpoke, is he going to have a look? Rossi, that is, on Slowpoke. No, but there's a yellow flag, and who's what we've got a yellow flag for? Why have we got a yellow flag? Oh, it's Inky. And he would have been from second place, wouldn't he, Inky? And I wonder if he's done a bit of a Seamus, because he's got that front left damage, and sideways with half a second penalty there as well. So let's see anyway what happened to, well, yeah, pretty much. Just see the back end of it. Let's watch him. So second place, looking quite comfortable there, even putting in faster sectors as well. Maybe that's why. Just a bit too much through there. And he's, once you're out there, it's just as it grips up, gets back on the surface. That's a bigger hit than Seamus had. He's facing the wrong way as well. He reverses out into traffic, or sorry, spins around out into traffic and gets it going, and fortunately he ghosts so the cars can go through him, otherwise that would have been a bit nasty. But back to 12th from second, so loses 10 spots there, does Inky, just like that. Dyson in front, that does allow Paul to get up to second place, with Brian up to third. There's a big gap now between Paul and Dyson. Dyson now just getting away out there in front, letting all the others do what they've got to do behind him, and messing each other up. He can clear off into the distance, can Dyson. That's what he's planning on doing, and what he is doing at the moment. I wonder how much tyre he's going to be using by the time this race finishes. She's pushing hard. It's going to be a bit of a killer on the tyres. Quite a long lap, isn't it? Over 2 minutes, and but there's quite a mix of left and right-handers. So it still will be a bit of a tyre tear-up. So there might be a few just looking to take a little bit of care with them, but I imagine most of them won't be. They'll just be going flat out from flag to flag. But James there in 4th place. Love Rocket hasn't really got any closer to James, and not at this point anyway. To back straight in 5th place he goes. Slowpoke having a good race there in 6th place. Slowpoke. He was a bit up for this one after the last round at Atlanta, where things didn't quite go to plan for Slowpoke. So he'll be looking to prove here on this round, just for his own purpose, really. Two teammates coming down here side by side. Now is Hodgie going to take his teammate? He does. I think Rossi just giving that, actually. Just backed off a little bit as Rossi just can't quite get it turned. Turn 2 there. Hodgie's away in 7th place. Lovely bit of track this. You can go through here, you don't need to brake at all. Up to this, you have to brake a little dab of it at this corner here. Just let it feed itself round, and then it's bang out to the power now and up the other side. Be careful not to run it too wide at that point. A lot of sand traps out to the right hand side. Rossi then just going with his teammate Hodgie, and Brownie, who's now in 9th place and has got away from the rest. Stealth in 10th, going backwards a little bit, but Inky, who had that off as well, the big off, is all over the back of Stealth now. And is he going to have a go here at the hairpin? No, he isn't, but he might have a go after that if he gets a better exit. And Stealth done that well, actually. But Stealth is going to be all kinds of pressure. I think Inky, like I said before, with Love Rocket Rods, maybe just sit behind him at this point, see if he can get a better exit through these two double left-handers and out the other side. And then at this point, see if you can get yourself into the slip by the time you get into the fast left-hander, which I can't remember the name of, which helps. This one here anyway. But no, he's not going to be close enough, and we know what happened before when he ran wide and does it a little bit. Probably just lifted. Oh no, he does get him up the inside of the chicane. Actually, good drive there. I think Stealth, not too sure what happened there. Maybe Stealth just see him coming, didn't want to get involved in any of that sort of stuff. So Inky through into 10th place. Stealth back to 11th, then sideways in 12th with Seamus in 13th, who's now got himself onto the back, quite literally, of sideways. It looks like the man at the moment is Brian Moncani. He's got that fastest lap of 1:59.5, and I don't think, from what I can remember, anyone does actually go any quicker than that. I think this is the fastest lap at the end of the race as well. I might be wrong, but takes it from Dyson anyway. Dyson, who was there, and actually Dyson he's just getting back into the clutches of these two. It's quite a comfortable lead. I mean, it's still a good lead, but these two here are certainly closing in. So is Dyson just doing a little bit of tyre saving here? Fuel will be okay here in race 1. Maybe just easing it down a little bit, knowing that he's got that gap. Maybe just controlling it. It's definitely going slower. That's 4 tenths down. That was quite visible anyway, wasn't it? The fact that these two had closed in. But Brian now all over the back of Paul, and I think it's only going to be a matter of time before Paul has to concede 2nd place to Brian, and it could be down here at turns 1. He gets himself there into position. And here he comes now down into turn 1. Who's going to brake latest? Paul did just about see him coming. Gave him some space. Tries to go around the outside, Paul, so he can be on the inside for the next one. But no, Brian grabs it there. He does it. Actually, a little flash of the lights there from Brian just to acknowledge the pass space that was given. But Paul then back to 3rd place now. Brian, what can he do about getting onto the back of Dyson then? pull it back curb hard. Really hits it. It's letting it pin now. Hard on the brakes, down the gears. Into first gear for Brian as well. And out the other side. Now it looks like he's just pulling away from Paul. So that 159.5, I don't think he's going to beat it this lap, because obviously with the traffic that he had with getting past Paul, etc., it's not going to happen this time. But as I say, a 159.5 from Dyson, who's a 159.6, so not a lot in it. I mean, only a tenth slower. Dyson's quickest lap. Or is he? We go over the timing line now. Is he up or is he down? Oh, he's down still by nearly 4 tenths. But crucially, the main thing is he is still out in front. It doesn't really matter about lap times really, though you do get that extra point or two for the fastest lap. But Dyson then, it's like he's just picked up the pace a bit now. Brian in third, in second, Paul in third. Can't quite keep up the pace with Brian, but he has got a nice gap back then to Love Rocket Rods, who's now up to fourth place. James has come in, and that's why. So I'm not sure what James's issue is after just 9 laps. But James has gone in. Maybe a technical issue, or is it a tyre issue? Has he used all his tyre up? I don't know. But he's come in and he's out of the race at the moment. Dropping down the order. Love Rocket in fourth now. Love Rocket was putting in some pretty quick practice lap times earlier before the race. So he certainly got the grips of this track quite literally there, and if he can put a couple of those in here in the race, might well be. Oh, Paul's past Brian again. So what happened there? I missed that. So let's go back. So let's see what happened there, because Brian has conceded some time ago, actually, wasn't it? So Paul's actually got past Brian at some point. Maybe he got it back at turn 1, perhaps. I actually can't remember where I took him, but anyway, Brian's back to third. Maybe he made a little mistake somewhere, or was it a penalty? I'm not sure, but anyway, Brian in back to third. But Love Rocket, as I was saying, if he can get some of those quick laps that he was doing in practice, he will be on the back of Brian and Paul in no time whatsoever. And Slowpoke looking good as well, with the 5th place now. It looks like he's got this under control. Looks pretty steady. It's pretty calm. So looking good and looking comfortable in 5th place for Slowpoke. Hodgie in 6th now. He's on his own a bit now. He's got away from his teammate, who's actually disappeared as well. So Brian's had a moment, or Ross has had a moment, I should say, somewhere down there. It's dropped back to 9th. So yeah, he's going backwards. Is Rossi. Brown has come through with Inky, the 2 teammates now. Inky behind him in 8th place. So Inky being ahead of Brownie in the championship table, though not by a lot. Is it going to be team orders here? He's not going to go past him there. Let's see. Trying to get around the outside of his teammate Brownie, and now Brownie's not going to let him go. He doesn't have to. It may not be team orders. It might just be no orders whatsoever. But of course, the more they fight, the more it's going to allow Rossi to catch them. But let's have a look if there is a move on for Inky. He still can't get past his teammate, but still in 8th place. Brownie just trying to get it stopped. A little bit hot in there. Goes a bit wide, but he's going to have the inside going through the S curves now. Still grabs that 7th place then. So through he goes. Still under immense pressure from his teammate. Ross is loving watching this. He's praying that something happens ahead of him so he can take a couple of spots, but Inky low over the back of his mate. Oh, that was his, I thought he was going for it then, but no, didn't. There was a little moment there, wasn't there, that it looked like the door had opened and Inky had an opportunity, but no, it didn't work. So into the hairpin then. Oh, and there it goes. Brownie goes wide at the hairpin. But he's got it going again. So goes really wide actually, and Inky didn't have the best of exits. Looked like he had it made for him there, but no, Brownie slammed on that power on the outside, still keeping it there. Difficult one, this one here. Not to run it too wide out to the right on all that run off and then into the gravel. Very difficult corner. He's got to try and take it nice and steady through there. Don't give it too much. So that's the battle down here in 7th and 8th. Let's just see what our leader's doing. Well, he's okay. He's on his own. There's not really anything happening there. But Ryan Moncani in second still, or back in second, I should say. So he has got back past Paul. Paul in third, and Love Rocket is catching in 4th place. Into lap 11. So 3 more laps, including this one, to go. So Oakstead in 5th as well. Still got the guys ahead of him in his sights. But it's all pretty settled up here. Top 5 cars are all pretty much spaced out equally. Hodgie then in 6th place. He's on his own a bit now, so he's having a bit of a lonely race here. Inky finally got away from Brownie up to 7th. Brownie in 8th. Rossi still there in 9th. Then we got Sideways George still being chased down by Seamus, who's into 11th place now. Stealth back to 12th. So Stealth, he was having issues, I think. He just couldn't get the car to do what he wanted it to do, and consequently ended up going backwards really. So he's going to look to see what he can do, see if he can improve a bit in race 2. Depends how the car is, of course. And yeah, we did lose James, so he has gone. So we're down to 12 cars now. So a retirement for James. Try and pick up and see what the issue was later on post race, but he's out of this race 1 anyway. It's not sure if he's going to be around for race 2. We'll have to see. I mean, if it ends up raining, I don't suppose he's going to want to come out, is he? But we'll see. They might be busy working on the car, if indeed it is in the garage, having work done on it. So on to the penultimate lap now, lap 12. And it's all still pretty much as you were up here. Dyson first, Brian second, Paul third, Love Rocket in 4th, Slowpoke in 5th. No change really. Top 5. Doesn't look like there's going to be much movement. Now I think everyone's just about got to their limit. RG in 6th place, still there in 6th, but does look like Inky's catching. Inky does look to have a lot of pace left. Let's just stay with Inky a second as we go through the next timing line and just see if he is up or down. Well, he's down, but it certainly looks like he's pushing on, because he is getting onto the back of Hodgie. Hodgie, remember, he was on his own by quite a distance when we last came to him. So maybe he's struggling a little bit now with the feel of the car, the tyres, although it looks okay. Obviously it is worn, but same as everybody else really, so maybe not quite getting what he wants out of it. Inky, nevertheless, is reeling him in, corner by corner. So can Hodgie hold off and get that 6th place, or hold on I should say, and get that 6th place? As we coming into the final sector of the of this penultimate lap. Inky looking to line up Hodgie on the back straight. Not sure he's going to be close enough. He's not, but he might if he gets a better drive through here into the chicane. He's done this before on his, attempted this before on his teammate, but oh, and Hodgie's just overshot it. Maybe just watching Inky piling on the pressure, and he just overshot it. Got his braking wrong. He drops that place back to 7th, but this battle behind Brownie and Rossi. Look at Rossi, looks like he's wants a piece of Brownie, doesn't he? Oh, as a look now down at turn 1, difficult through there. Oh, but not when Brownie goes off or when the driver in front goes off. And again, a bit like a Hodgie moment, that one. I think he was just maybe looking at the car behind and watching what he was doing rather than watching where he was going, and just overshot and lost his braking marker there. So back to 9th goes Brownie, but into the final lap now. And our leader, he's still leading, but you can see visibly that Brian Moncani is catching, but I think it might be too little too late as we come into about the last half of this lap now, the final lap. Brian's done well to get up to 2nd place though, been there for a while in truth. Doesn't look like he's got quite enough to catch up with Dyson. Paul in 3rd still. Likewise, Love Rocket Rod. Does look like he's getting closer, but again, similar to Brian, just maybe too late to actually do anything about it. Slowpoke still there too. So Slowpoke looking really good. So good from Slowpoke here in race 1. So let's go back to our leader and we'll watch him now coming through this final couple of corners up to the chicane now. And Dyson, just what he wants. He had a great round at Atlanta. Getting another victory here at Suzuka to take race 1 in 1st place. Well done. So Dyson gets it ahead of Brian Moncani in 2nd. I think Paul will just grab that 3rd place. He does. Ahead of Love Rocket Rods in 4th. Slowpoke with a good 5th place there. Inky, after going off, could have been a lot better. Could be a lot worse though as well. So 6th place for him in the end. Hodgie 7th, Rossi 8th, Brownie 9th. Seamus did finish in 10th. Sideways in 11th, and Stealth is in 12th place. And there he is somewhere, messing up the chicane at the end. And that just about sums up Stealth's race, doesn't it? So 12 for him, and James obviously didn't finish. So that's race 1 here at Suzuka Circuit then. Join me for race 2 soon. Catch you then for that one. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.